Movie discussion, general statements. In this movie section, we are going to have discussions about movies that we already saw. This is useful because whenever we come out of a movie theater, we always ask our friends what we thought about the movie. Sometimes, it's a simple answer such as, "It was alright." But sometimes, a good discussion can arise from a great movie. Let's get started. Every time I finish watching a movie, I either ask someone, or someone asks me, "What did you think about the movie?" For the most part, the answer is a simple one-line sentence. It was alright. It could have been better. It was pretty good. I liked it. It was entertaining. It was so stupid I almost fell asleep. Lame. Boring. Too unrealistic. I can go on for a long time describing movies. I have listed a few so you can get an idea how to answer simple movie questions. Besides simple one-line answers, there are a few reasons we need to say other things. It is because either we didn't understand something, want to describe a scene we liked, want to describe a scene that was stupid, or simply go on and on about how great the movie was. Movie discussion. Describing a movie. Didn't understand. Do you remember the scene when Mary walked into the dining room? Why was she carrying a knife? She didn't use it and the camera focused on it. I can't understand why she betrayed him. The whole movie concentrated on her trust and loyalty. It just doesn't make sense. Good scene. I love the scene when Russell Crowe showed his face to the Emperor after the first gladiator fight. What did you think about the last fight scene between Neo and Agent Smith in the rain? The courtroom scene between Jodie Foster and Richard Gere was absolutely amazing. Great movie. That was such a cool movie. It was the best movie I've seen in a long time. Anytime I see a great movie, I tend to look at my watch often. That's because I don't want the movie to end. The movie was great. I liked everything about it. I'm definitely going to buy the DVD. Situational questions. What would you have done? Would you have taken the $1 million and give up your wife for a night? Would you choose money and fame, or family and stability? Some movies are known to be based on a true story. These types of movies are very interesting because they actually happened. The only reason they are not considered to be a non-fiction movie is because the director or writer will add some scenes that didn't happen, or change some facts around so the movie is more appealing to the masses. A conversation can start from movies such as Schindler's List. When coming out of a theater, I heard a couple talk briefly about this. What did you think about the movie? I thought it was great. It was very powerful. How much of it do you think was true? I learned about Germany and World War II in one of my classes, and this movie showed everything I learned from class. Wow, it's amazing that these things happened in our history. Movie discussion. Example dialogue. As of this writing, the latest movie I saw was The Last Samurai. After the movie, I had a meal with a couple of people. We had a good discussion due to this movie. It is difficult to specifically teach what you will need to know about movie conversations because every movie will require different words and sentences. The only thing I can do here is to give ideas and couple of examples about movie conversations. So this is not really going to be a practice section, but a chance to hear real conversation from a movie. You can click on each individual sentence, or you can click on the link provided below to hear a real-life conversation. Did you like the movie? It was better than I thought. I liked it. The movie didn't have many cheesy or stupid scenes. Yeah, I'm glad that they didn't have any love scenes. Sometimes, a love scene destroys a good movie. I thought the scene where the girl was washing her hair and Tom Cruise came to say goodbye was stupid. Why did they have that there? It didn't make sense. I agree. They didn't need that scene. I don't see the harm in that scene. They didn't do anything or show anything. What's the big deal? When you are talking about good movies versus great movies, each and every scene counts. That's true. But besides those one or two scenes, the movie was great. I liked everything about it. I really liked the samurai that was beating up Cruise in the beginning of the movie. The guy second in command, he was cool too. Every movie has a guy like him. They try to make him awesome even though they don't say much. I don't understand why Tom Cruise went back to that village. If he was the only survivor, wouldn't that make everyone suspicious about where his loyalty lies? It was clear in the movie that he loved the place and the samurais. Clearly, everyone knows that he isn't a traitor. I would have done the same thing in his position. I think so too. But isn't it suspicious that he is the only survivor? Well, all the samurais were looking for a death in battle. Cruise wasn't. But only the boss received the satisfaction of being killed with a sword. Nobody else did. True. What are we going to order? I'm going to have a chicken burger because of the mad cow disease. Me too. I'm just having a soup and salad. Favorite. The word favorite is used a lot in spoken English. It is very common to talk about your favorite things with your friends or acquaintances. Topics can range from favorite movies, favorite TV shows, favorite food, favorite cars, etc. Since there are so many favorite things in the world, you should pay close attention to this lesson. Asking questions is the most common way to use the word favorite. Who is your favorite singer? Who is your favorite person? Who is your favorite athlete? Who was your favorite ex-girlfriend? Who was your favorite elementary teacher? Are you following me? It's very easy. Just change the word at the end and you can make dozens of sentences. What is your favorite show? What is your favorite movie? What is your favorite dessert? What is your favorite program? What is your favorite class? What is your favorite game? What was the title of your favorite song? What was the name of your favorite sitcom? We used who and what in our sentences. It's possible to use where, how, and when, but the most common is what and who. I'll provide a couple of sentences for the other words. Where's your favorite vacation spot? When is your favorite time of day? How is your favorite noodles cooked? It's not common, but even though it is grammatically incorrect, you can ask the same questions with what. What is your favorite vacation spot? What is your favorite time of day? Nobody is really going to notice and it's not a big deal. After this lesson is over, I suggest practicing with what and who, but don't bother with the others. It's not as important. Favorite. Answering questions. To answer these types of questions, it is very easy. All you have to do is change your to my. Repeat the last portion of the question and add your answer. We'll practice a couple of times. What is your favorite show? My favorite show is Smurfs. What is your favorite movie? My favorite movie is Matrix. What is your favorite dessert? My favorite dessert is cheesecake. Who is your favorite singer? My favorite singer is Josh Groban. Who is your favorite athlete? My favorite athlete is Tiger Woods. Who is your favorite elementary teacher? My favorite elementary teacher was Mrs. Smouse. Different ways to ask about favorite things. You don't necessarily have to use the word favorite. Favorite basically means what you like the most, so you can ask favorite questions without the word favorite. What do you like to eat the most? My favorite food is ice cream. What is a childhood memory that stands out? My favorite childhood memory is a time I went fishing with my dad. Which professor do you like the most? My favorite professor is Professor Kim. Likewise, you can answer questions without using the word favorite. What is your favorite baseball team? I like Seattle Mariners the most. What is your favorite type of food? I love Italian food, especially pasta. They are so good. Who is your favorite music group? I really enjoy listening to Depeche Mode.
What are you doing tomorrow?
I'm going to stay home and watch a video.
What are you going to watch?
I rented Last of the Mohicans. Have you seen it?
That was one of my favorite movies. You will not be disappointed.
What's your favorite food?
I like Chinese food the most.
Have you been to the Chinese restaurant on 44th Street?
No, I haven't. Is it any good?
It's my favorite Chinese restaurant. I believe you will like it.
That sounds great. Let's go.
Hey Jack, how were your classes this semester?
Oh, they weren't too bad. I really digged my poli-sci class.
Would you consider it your favorite class?
I don't know if I'd call it my favorite, but it ranks up there.
What class was your favorite then?
Oh, I took a business communication class last year, and it was terrific.
I never took that yet. If that was your favorite, I think I would check it out.
Hobby. Hobbies are a hot topic anytime. Similar to favorite things, hobbies are favorite things that you do. This is a small section, so let's get started. Questions you can ask. What are your hobbies? What do you do in your spare time? What do you like to do? What do you like to do for fun? If you had extra time, what would you do with it? There is not much else you can say. Remember that we can create many different sentences, but we want to use what is most common in spoken English. So we need to stay with the most common words. Answering questions. My hobbies consist of golfing, reading novels, and watching movies. I like to play computer games in my free time. If I'm not working, then I'm busy chatting with people on the internet. During my spare time, I like to cook. I like to read magazines. In the summer, I play golf, and in the winter, I go skiing. I love every type of sports. Making statements. I need to find a hobby. I have nothing to do all day. Maybe you wouldn't be so lonely if you had a hobby. Hobbies are great because it allows you to do what you enjoy. Although I have many hobbies, I wish I had more time to do more. I love to go snowboarding. It's exhilarating. I would go skiing more often, but it takes such a long time to go up to the mountains. I wish golfing wasn't so expensive. I would golf almost every day if I could afford it. Hobby. Various questions and answers. If you had all the money in the world, what would you do? I would probably find some hobbies and join an organization that works for a good cause. You just stay home most of the week. Don't you ever get bored? A lot of my hobbies are things I do by myself, such as oil painting, sculpting, and drawing. So actually, I have a lot to do with not enough time. I'm so bored, I have nothing to do. Maybe you should start thinking about some hobbies. Is studying considered a hobby? Studying is usually associated with school and work, so it's not usually considered a hobby. But if it's not for these purposes, then I guess it can be a hobby. That's just my opinion, though. What do you do in your spare time? I do a lot of writing, so I write every chance I get. Like many topics in English, a conversation will go towards the content of the conversation. So let's review with longer dialogues in practice.
Hey Bob, what you doing?
I'm at home, painting.
I didn't know you paint. What type of painting is it?
I enjoy oil painting. I learned it at one of my extra classes in college.
That sounds so interesting. I wish I learned a hobby.
Hobbies are never too late to learn. They offer a variety of classes at the local community college. You should look into it.
I think I will. Thanks for the info.
Hey Joanne, what are you up to?
I'm just watching some television.
I'm so bored. I don't know what I'm going to do today, and it's only 10 in the morning.
Me too. Do you think we are boring people?
I don't think we are boring. It's just that we don't have any hobbies.
That's right. What do you think we should do as a hobby?
That all depends on what you like to do. For example, I like to doodle on the notepad, so I'm thinking about doing some real drawings.
I like to play the piano for fun.
Yeah, that can be a good hobby.
Hobbies are great. I'm going to make a list of all the things I like to do.
That's a great idea. I'm going to do the same.
Exercise. There are various types of exercise. Some people might think walking is exercise, and some other people will think weightlifting is exercise. In the next couple of lessons, we will take a closer look at various types of exercise. Exercising can be done in many different ways. Here's a small list to get us started. Walking, jogging, running, sports, aerobics, rowing, commuting to work, etc. Here's some questions. Do you exercise at all? Do you work out? What type of exercising do you do? Where is a good place to exercise? Why don't you exercise? Where do you usually jog? How long do you take a walk for? How often do you jog? Where do you do aerobics? How long do you usually run for every day? Exercise, walking, jogging, and more. Walking. Every morning right when I get up, I like to take a 30-minute walk. I like to take walks with my dog. Golf is a healthy sport because of all the walking it requires. I heard from some doctors that walking is the healthiest form of exercise. There's a trail by my house that is a perfect 20-minute walk. We usually go to a nearby lake and walk around it. Jogging. Every night I go to an elementary school across from my house and jog a few laps around the playground. I go jogging in the morning when the air is still fresh. Some people find jogging stressful, but I find it as a way to relieve some of my stress. It feels so good after jogging for half an hour. I usually jog on a treadmill because it's convenient. Sports. We will have another more comprehensive lesson on sports in a different lesson. I usually play a lot of basketball. I get enough exercise from soccer. I like to play sports because it is a good form of exercise and allows me to have fun all at the same time. Although bowling is a sport, I don't consider it a form of exercise. I play volleyball a couple hours a day. I practice baseball with my school team every day. I'm in my high school's track and field team. I'm a long-distance runner. I don't play soccer because it requires too much running. Running constantly is a hard thing to do. Others. Aerobics is an excellent form of exercise. I use a video at home to do my aerobic sessions. I like to do aerobics because it targets specific areas. I get my exercise from rowing. I'm on the junior varsity crew team. I ride my bicycle to work every day. I take the stairs because it gives me a little bit of a workout. I go to the local park and ride my rollerblades. Exercise, U.S. culture. Having lived in the United States and Korea, I realized one big thing immediately. In Korea, I have to do a lot of walking. When I went to school or to work, I had to leave my house, walk to the bus stop or the subway, which takes about 10-15 minutes, get off at my destination, and walk the rest of the way, which is another 15 minutes. Total time walking is about 25 minutes. This translates to 50 minutes a day round trip, and about 3 to 4 kilometers every day. I didn't even know it, but I was exercising. In America, everyone has a car. While going to work here, I literally walk about 7 minutes a day. That's a total distance of 300 meters. The reason is because I only have to walk to my car. I drive to work, and then I walk from the parking lot to my office. So I realized I was gaining weight without having changed anything except the walking I wasn't doing. I suppose that is why in America there is a big hype about exercising and losing weight. If you don't want to, you don't have to walk anywhere or exercise at all. In Korea, walking is part of the daily routine. So although you don't need to know this lesson as much as other lessons, it will still help when talking to foreigners about this subject. Let's continue with the lesson by doing the practice. In the next exercise lesson, we'll learn about speaking English in relation to working out in the gym.
Hey, Michael, where are you going?
Nowhere special. I was just taking a walk.
What for?
To get a little exercise. I'm so out of shape.
Hey, I play basketball with a bunch of friends twice a week. It's great exercise and it's fun too. Why don't you come out and play with us?
That sounds great. Give me a call next time you guys play.
All I do all day is work and watch TV. I really should start thinking about my health.
I never thought about that, but you're right. What do you think we should do?
For starters, we should start doing more outdoor activities. That way we'll get some exercise.
I was thinking about taking tennis lessons. I always have an hour to spare in the afternoon. What do you think about that?
It's not a bad idea. How much is it?
I heard it is only about $120 a month for 8 lessons.
Playing tennis twice a week will be a good start. Count me in.